Before we get started on today's episode, we would like to thank our sponsors, BetterHelp and HelloFresh, which you will hear more throughout the episode.
But we are going to start with HelloFresh. Flavor is in full bloom at HelloFresh. Enjoy the taste of spring with chef-crafted recipes featuring ripe seasonal ingredients and delivered right to your door. Get 16 free meals plus free shipping with code JUICE16.
JUICE16.
At HelloFresh.com/JUICE16.
JUICE16. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gin and Juice podcast. My name is Melissa. I am often known as Juice. I had a little bit of food today. I made the kids breakfast.
I was like,
I'm tired, but in an attempt to not be tired, I got a little bit of energy. It's probably because I put a protein shot in here.
You should have put a real shot in there. This is called Gin and Juice.
Mm-hmm. And then I host this podcast called Gin and Juice with my sister Melanie here, and she is often the gin.
Amen.
What is your actual favorite alcohol?
I enjoy. It depends on the day.
Really?
I don't really have a favorite.
Do you like gin?
I don't mind gin.
Oh, you're so grown.
I don't mind.
I can't
alcohol. It literally depends on the day.
What's your drink of? Are you still a lemon drop girl? That's vodka, right?
Lemon drop is vodka. It depends. I don't really have like a favorite.
Oh, you don't have no preference.
It really, literally depends. I actually prefer not to drink vodka just because I feel like that's a young person's game.
Oh.
And I am grown, and that will have me on my ass.
Showing us.
So I don't enjoy vodka, but I enjoy freaking lemon drops, and I enjoy drinks made with tequila. So with vodka and tequila. It really just depends on the day.
Not you not having a preference. I'm a rum girl all day.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I don't really like I don't really like nothing else. I mean, I'll drink, like, I do like a lemon drop. I'll try other drinks. When we went with Tab and them, I just realized I like, is it called a sidecar?
Oh, yeah. Ew.
What's in a sidecar? I might not, I don't think it's called a sidecar.
I don't like smoky drinks, and I think our sidecar, actually, that's a lie. I like sidecars. You know who put me on?
Who?
Cotty Dad.
I feel like that's what I had. What's the alcohol in it? She
put us onto that at your birthday party one year. There was a bartender out there, and she kept having us drink sidecars, and they were great.
Hold on, I'm about to ask him.
Cognac, it's the dark stuff. We like dark. I do enjoy. Yep, girl.
I
like whiskey.
I feel like it was sidecar, but anyway, it was really good in Dubai. Good. Yeah, I feel like that's what it was. Really good. But I like rum because it always makes me feel like I'm on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Because rum, you're going to typically get pineapple. You're going to get, coconut. And I just want to be like, yes, brisk me away and bring me next to palm trees, please. These are the things that I like and enjoy. But Monique likes tequila.
Oh, yeah. She's
Our
a
middle
tequila
sister
girl.
likes tequila.
I like tequila, too.
That will give you a headache.
It has to be top shelf, though, because trash tequila will have you sick.
That's how I feel.
It will have you seeing
Is
stars.
gin whiskey gin? Or gin is gin?
Gin is gin, whiskey's whiskey.
Okay, very good.
Bourbon is whiskey.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Whiskey, I'm out. I'm not grown enough. I don't care how old I am. Too. You really don't have a preference. What is a whiskey drink you like?
Whiskey sour is not bad.
Whiskey sour isn't bad.
I drink it.
Oh, it was something amaretto sour. It wasn't a sidecar.
Amaretto.
It was an amaretto sour. That was good. What's amaretto?
It's like, I want to say almond based, but I don't.
Or what's the alcohol in it?
It's amaretto. It's
the girl we drank. That was my first drink. Amaretto sour.
Y'all know. Listen to me.
That is.
I'm a lightweight when it all is said and done.
Not that.
Yes.
You want to listen. Let me tell you. I enjoy most alcohols. The one I don't. I had Everclear. Have you ever had Everclear?
I don't even know what Everclear is.
Everclear is rubbing alcohol.
It sounds like
it is basically rubbing alcohol.
I can't.
At Gregory's house, actually. It's his fault. We were at his house. He was having a party, and one of his little hood rat ass friends had a big ass bottle of Everclear. You could smell before you even walk up on the bottle. It smells like rubbing alcohol. And we were in there taking shots of Everclear. I was like, we might not make it out. This is a bad idea.
My gosh.
It's like 95%.
I just said that it's 95% alcohol by volume.
Girl, it is not a good idea.
What alcohol is this?
Is it not vodka?
Is it vodka?
It's clear.
Yes,
I think it's vodka.
Everclear and vodka are very different. No, not very different. Oh,
this
Everclear.
Is like undiluted.
Some
vodka.
consider Everclear to be a very strong vodka. I'm out.
But it's not.
Very strong is I'm out.
It is rubbing alcohol.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. They said it's moonshine. Oh, we've been watching them.
I had moonshine before too.
You did?
Yes.
That's that jail stuff.
It's
not literally, but it is. Yeah.
When you go to Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where like the cabins are and stuff.
Oh, yep.
They have a bunch of places that have moonshine. Mm-hmm. It's
that sounds strong in the mud.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, we start with, I don't know why we just had this random tangent. We start with, long story short, I have a couple things. Thing number one is my puppy got his balls chopped off.
That is literally, they chop the balls off?
So, yes, he has like a stitch and then the ball part shrinks.
Is this not torturous?
I'm going to tell you what's torturous for him. He has the cone around his neck.
So he doesn't bite it? Yeah.
Yes, because he can't, because it has stitches. My puppy is sad.
That is sad.
Oh, my God. He is... The first day in the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, he started whining because he sleeps in our room, but in the like bathroom. I think the carpet makes him hot. I don't know, but he's always in the bathroom. And so I get up and he's looking at us like, I hope y'all are sleeping well because I'm not.
I'm miserable.
I'm so miserable
hate you people.
With this cone thing on my head that he continues to try to take off. He hasn't figured out how to navigate it, so he doesn't eat well because he's constantly banging on this.
Y'all gotta feed him.
He hits when he leaves out the side of the door. He hits the threshold. Whatever. Yes, it is. He is just sad. And it has to be on for 2 weeks.
How come you guys wanted to do that?
I'm gonna tell you why. So remember, I had him going to a daycare place. Hawaii happened. They closed down. Had to find a new place. They had him in solitary confinement. Oh, yeah, because he can impregnate the other dogs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so because he can impregnate the other dogs, he basically was in solitary confinement. Like, I paid for him to get the snuggles and stuff so he wouldn't be by himself, and they take him out, you get an hour of, at the yard. But
to exercise.
Yeah, to exercise. But he was in solitary confinement, so I was like, if we go out of town again, which I know we are, I want him to be socialize with the other dogs. So yeah, my puppy is sad. It makes me like I dropped him off and then I took Joe to school. So it's me and Joe in the car. And at first I'm fine. I'm grabbing his stuff because it's like all day. You have to drop him off between like 8 and 10. You can't pick him up till like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I drop him off and I'm grabbing his stuff. I'm fine. I drop him off. I get back in the car. I said, Joe, why I want to cry?
Aww.
And Joe said, me too. We were so
That's hilarious.
sad.
That is sad.
I was like, I hope, like, literally pray, like, Jesus, protect my puppy, let him be okay. I don't need no phone call that he didn't make it. Like, I was really nervous.
That's hilarious.
And to not have been, like, the dog person in the family. Like, when I tell you this is my dog, like, Monty is my dog, okay?
Hilarious.
I feel so freaking bad for him. So, yeah, he has that on his head, and he's not very happy about it. But I can't even take it off until next week, Thursday.
Oh, not even like in 3 days.
No.
Like the following
week.
Yes,
it's 2 weeks and it's barely been a weekend. Okay. It's just been a weekend essentially. So that's number one. Number two, me and Mel, before we decided to do gin and juice, we briefly mentioned this. We had another podcast.
We did.
Do you want to tell them about it?
Yes. As you can tell, I am all into crimes. And Melissa is too, because we got addicted to what's the podcast? You put me onto that one actually.
We've been addicted to let me find it because it's been so long. Criminal.
Oh, I love Criminal.
Criminal, and then the other one is the girl who now has everything.
Yes.
Crime Junkie.
Crime Junkie. So we got addicted to Crime Junkies, but we always did Criminal. We've always like listened to them, but we wanted to do a podcast, and so we did a crime podcast called Underreported.
Yes,
and in it, it's I think we have a couple of you telling the story. So it's us telling each other these stories of crimes against black. Did we focus only on black? On black women because they are underreported in the news.
Yeah,
we have like
5-6 episodes.
7. I was gonna say I think it's
maybe more.
Like 7 completed episodes, like full on music scoring.
Yeah, we do.
We have a whole intro. We have
did listen to Serial.
thing. We did listen to. Oh, absolutely love Serial. But we have an entire podcast.
So we're thinking about dropping them. You know what we should have done? I just realized with the YSL thing, we should have did our own like this style.
Yeah.
Like, this is the crazy crap that's happening in the news, and then giving the people the updates that way.
Yeah.
That would have been cool because you be knowing the stuff.
Oh, yes.
Right now, they're still on like hard drives, essentially. They're not on hard drives, but like basically on hard drives.
How many episodes you guys do?
I think we have like 7.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
We have. So, well, and the funny thing is we started when I was pregnant.
Yes.
I was pregnant, and so the videos are like me, big old pregnant belly. There's one where we like bawled our eyes out because it was so sad. It was these stories that like we had never heard about. So anyway, I think we should put them out. Yeah, we should drop them at somehow. I don't know how.
Okay, so we'll figure that out. If you do it on it doesn't matter. You could even put it on yours, to be honest. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I didn't mean that, girl. I just meant more of like drop them all at the same time. Drop them. Oh. Like when we're on vacation and don't have a new gin and juice. I mean a strategy.
Okay, I'm with it.
For dropping them.
Okay.
But they're different than the vibes of this. Just know that.
Yeah,
but they're good. They're good.
Yeah. So that's that. Oh, so Kev's birthday, of course, was last week. He is 40 years old. He immediately turned 40, like body wise. He just like everything started breaking down. His blood pressure, which Kevin is stressed. Kevin, I realized, I told him this before, and it is really true. Kevin has really broad shoulders. He carries a lot. And he does it so well that even as his wife, I forget how much the weight is that he's carrying. And so I have to constantly like remember, like, dude, like you're stressed and you carry it so well, but there doesn't mean it doesn't come without stress. And if you're stressed, you definitely should look into finding a therapist. Amen. And that's why BetterHelp is here. They're here to help you manage and navigate your stress, because if you are stressed, your body will respond. I was just listening the other day and someone was talking about I think it was on a show I was watching. Anyway, they were talking about if your stress doesn't like come out, if you don't talk about it and metabolize it, your gut will. And so you start having stomach issues. These are all signs of stress, and you need a way to get that stress out. And that a really good way of doing that is through a third party, through a therapist who can help you sort through your feelings, sort through your emotions, give you a game plan on what you need to be doing in the future. Is something that has been really, really helpful, obviously, in my life, in my husband's life, both of us individually and as a couple. We go to couples therapy. We have individual therapy. Told you guys I've done parent coaching. I've done like a lot of different things in order to like help me be my best self and realize the things that I'm constantly working on, that working on sometimes becomes a negative as well. Like if you're always looking for the things that you're bad at, that is actually a sign that something is wrong. Not that like, oh, look at me, I'm trying to always improve myself. That could be good, but it also can be bad, okay? But a therapist can help you again, navigate through all of that. So if you are thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch to therapist at any time for no additional charge. Find balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/GJ today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GJ.
You were probably watching
Couples Therapy. Yeah, which is phenomenal. We are reviewing it on The Bald and the Beautiful, but it's Mel binged it. I told you guys I binged it. This season 3, part 2, which we'll get into. But it starts at episode 310 So the couples are good. The journey they take you on is so amazing. Like it's a really, 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 really good season. So anyway, Kev's birthday was on the 1st.
Yep.
And I made that dinner, which was phenomenal.
It was so good.
You guys need to make
it was good.
It was really, really good. And so what happened was on Mondays, Joe has practice. Soccer practice, and me and Kev decided it was tryouts as well for the league, the separate team that he plays for that's not for the school. So I'm like, it's on Showtime. Couples therapy is on Showtime. Yes. I just see that. So anyway, we decided Joe's not going to miss it. We'll make sure to take him, whatever. I get home, I tell Joe, you have soccer tonight, so I'm going to do the things, and then I'll just take you to soccer. And Joe gets out of school before Isaiah, so Kev and Isaiah are on their way home. And Joe says to me, well, what are you guys going to be doing? I was like, well, Auntie Mel and them are going to come over. We're going to sing happy birthday and we'll like play some games or whatever. And then, that'll be the end of it. And he says to me, I think I want to stay home. And so I was like, well, you don't have to. Don't feel pressure. Like, Daddy's okay with it. I'm okay with it. You can go, whatever. And he goes, I think I would regret going to practice more than I would regret not going.
Come on.
When I tell you I bawled my eyes out.
He better be. He's so aware.
I'm almost emotional.
He really is.
I was like seriously like bawling. And what I told him was that there is no right answer here.
Yeah.
You could go and that's okay. That's an acceptable answer. That's okay. You can stay and that's okay. There's not a good answer, a bad answer. But that was a better answer.
Yeah.
Like, I just appreciate you choosing the best answer, even if there's not a wrong answer. You know what I mean? And he was first of all, he was looking at me like, you're the most dramatic.
You're so dramatic. Make everything a thing.
Like, yes, that's literally how he was looking at me.
Stay.
That's
it's fine.
Exactly the energy
relax.
he was giving me. Like, oh, girl, you're like doing a lot. Like, just relax. Like, I'm just going to stay. And I was just really proud of him because, again, like, you don't have to, and you did. And I just thought it was really sweet. And so we actually didn't end up playing games with Mel.
I know.
Because I was like cooking and doing a gazillion things. So after they left, we ended up playing Password because my family is like addicted to the game show on. It comes on the same channel as That's My Jam.
Oh, yes.
And so Kiki hosted, Jimmy Fallon was on there. So we ended up watching it randomly. And Joe was like, we should play that. And it actually ended up being like a lot of fun. Yeah. So anyway, that is pretty much. Oh, last thing. No. I'm done.
That you are?
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, I went to Tab's thing and I packed my entire weekend in a carry-on bag.
Oh.
These are things people should do. I always check a bag.
Oh, I didn't know that's where you were stopping at.
Yes, I'm not a carry-on girl.
Me either. So are you saying that people should be carry-on girls?
It's so easy.
You mean to just bring your bag on the plane?
To just bring your bag on the plane?
Oh, I mean,
you've got one bag, it's the best.
Oh my gosh, you get off. You don't have to wait for the carousel. You don't have to find, what you call it. You just go. And it was a regional, GSO Greensboro Airport. It's a regional airport. So, once you're land, you're basically outside anyway. I was like, why don't I do this more often? I was just.
Because you need clothing options.
I know, that was the thing. I definitely was kind of pigeonholed to the one thing and ended up being a lot hotter in Greensboro than I expected. So I was definitely very hot. If
it's like a one-day thing, you in and out somewhere, carry on your life. Amen.
Yeah.
More than that, and I'm out.
Listen, I didn't know, but checking it back is overrated. I am usually very much get away from me with this, Apollo.
Amen.
Take this bag, put it wherever you're going to put it, and I'll meet you at the final destination. I checked that bag. I carried that bag on. I thought I was going to be real, it's about in the way, da-da-da. It was so easy. I just never did it. I'm sorry, okay? Listen, it's new to me, okay? So, that's it.
Okay. I have a few things, okay? Number one, is homework at everyone's house hard for you?
Oh,
but
yes.
Not hard as in what are they teaching you in school? The problems are hard. Not that. It's like combat.
Yes.
It's war.
Yes.
You and your child.
Oh, yes.
Let me be clear. It's Greg and McKinley. They go to war every day. And it's so... I'm like, why are y'all mad? Is there about to be a fight?
It's so stressful.
Greg's like, write it neater. McKinley's crying. Micaiah's screaming. And I'm like, bruh, 1 + 1 always been 2. Why are we yelling about that? It's going to be the same every day. I was trying to remember, is everyone's life like this?
They've altered how they teach the children math.
Yes.
Like we were in school.
The Common Core math is terrible.
Is that what it is, though?
It's that and... So I don't know how McKinley is, but I can imagine she's like Joe in this way because it doesn't change. Joe's in 9th grade and literally I was like, I'm going to punch you in the face. He had to write a book report or a paper on Dr. Jekyll.
Mr. Hyde?
Thank you. Book. And I'm trying to teach my child sentence structure.
Uh-huh.
But he's the know-it-all that knows it all.
Uh-huh.
Son.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's war. Yeah, it's war. Oh, wait till it's your turn. Because Greg's going to age out, and so she's going to come to you.
He talking about it's McKinley. She be having an attitude. You be having an attitude. When I do her math, I mean, yeah, she has an attitude, but I'm like, okay, girl, fix it, and then come back to me when you're done. Greg is like, that's not, look at is that an A? Is that a B? Is that a C? Is that a D? Like, it's because it's a whole, and I'm like, why are you engaging with the 6-year-old? Actually, why are you doing? Let her.
You can disengage from a 6-year-old?
Oh my gosh, I'd be like, bruh, good luck. I don't care. I'm like, you.
That's why she's working with Greg.
That's exactly why.
That is, he be judging me like, you just let her do whatever. Yes, I do. Because it's going to be all right.
Listen,
she know.
We go toe to toe.
I hate homework. It's war.
Yes. Oh, and wait until you know better, but she believes she knows better.
Oh my
But
God.
like 3rd grade or so, when they start learning things for real, and you're like, okay, this needs a comma. No, it doesn't.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a semicolon.
Oh, no.
And then you're like, okay, well then, what is the TikTok?
Girl.
Since you got your degrees, and
I
you
mean,
know
I'm
so
terrible
effing
at grammar,
much.
so I'm just like, you got it.
Yeah, go and do your little stupid paper. That's what I do with Joe. Go do your little paper, and we're going to look at the grade when it come in.
Hello? Jesus.
Because they know, I listen. And Kev just be sitting there, too. And I'd be like, come here so I can help you. It be pissing me off.
I hate it. Okay, so that was the first thing. The other thing is, I prayed. I was stressed out a week or so ago. Every day I'm stressed out, but I was stressed out and had like a very specific prayer about the fact that I was like doing some reflections about the fact that a lot of career opportunities I feel like have come to me, and they aren't like as a result of me like reaching out. Like, I don't feel like I've reached out and then got something that I like tried.
Okay.
It's more so like, you know, Netflix, it was like he randomly emailed me, and then CNN, it was like the HR lady hit me up.
Yeah.
And then even the way like going from ops at Netflix to content, it was like the director hit me up. So I was like, yo, I feel like I don't know. I was just having an issue with am I choosing these things?
I was going to say, like, have you not taken control of your career?
Like, oh, girl, am I just accepting what
comes
comes to me? Or are these things that, like, were supposed to come and I was supposed to do? But, like, if so, then I was like, do I just settle for whatever comes? Like, oh, my gosh. So then, I was having this whole thing. And I've been, like, looking, like, what is next for me? What do I want to do? So I'm having all these things, but I haven't been getting much, like, interactions. I have I have the things that I'm doing. Obviously, I'm, like, doing the contract work. But I was like, even that came to me.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, listen, God, big God.
Listen.
I don't know how I feel about this, but also if this is the way that things happen for me, then I need more things to come to me.
Come on.
Like, okay, if I am not successful in finding them, then you're going to have to lay me on somebody's heart, on somebody's mind. And girl,
it happened.
The next day.
Shut up.
Somebody was in my dang on LinkedIn inbox.
Shut up.
And I was like, is this what people mean when they say that they
God
pray?
answered a prayer?
Oh my God.
That's a testimony, man. You never had a testimony.
I don't feel like I've ever prayed and like had an immediate like
answer.
That
was God letting you know he was real because you was doubting him.
Well, now I need to see if it's actually going to work out.
Don't like who needed the fleece turnover? Gideon? Who was the one that needed the fleece to turn?
A bomb in Gilead.
That needed the fleece turn from dry to wet to dry. He was like, God, if this is you, make it wet. And God made it wet. He was like, God, if it's really you, make it back dry.
Oh, I don't know this.
I feel like it's Gideon. Y'all correct? It was Gideon, right? Yeah,
I need
it was
to
Gideon.
read this.
Don't act like that. You prayed, God answered.
I know, but have you did that happened to you before?
No, God don't be answering my prayers. He be putting me on busy.
On D&D.
Girl, on
Do not disturb.
I press. Listen, what's the text thing you said you send? Disturb anyway.
Yes.
God be like, block her. Don't let her stuff come through. Just bounce that off the wall. Okay? Not delivered, girl. Leave me alone.
Well, it was
That's
wild.
amazing.
I don't feel like I've always heard people be like, I prayed and God answered. And I'm like, how you know when he answered? But I was like, oh, I'm gagged. Did you just answer me? Did you? I prayed yesterday. You got to answer that quick.
It was on the main line. He just needs you to ring him up and tell him what you want.
So anyway, somebody was in my inbox, and so then I had a call with them, and so now there's a potential other opportunity. But now
that's
I'm
amazing,
like,
Melanie.
Okay, but also I'm like, is this just it happening again?
Yeah, don't ask no more questions. God answered. Don't question him again.
I feel like I need to take control. But
God did. You did. You took control. You took control when you said God. And God said, finally, you put me in the driver's seat. That's control. That's the problem. You thought you were supposed to be in the driver's seat the whole time. God said, move over.
Well, then he's going to need to give me the ability to do the work.
This is our problem. Listen, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. This is our problem. We be like, God, you have control, but can you turn left?
Listen.
Do you... I mean, I get it. I know you know where you're going, but if you turn left right here.
And also, like, give me the map. Like, I understand you going, like, turn,
for sure.
But, like, let me see the whole picture
Absolutely.
in case you don't see
yeah.
that there's another way.
For sure. No. I'm definitely, like, let me, like, help direct you. You know what I mean? Like, you may not know all the situations. Like, I know you know all from the end, but like also I can see too. So I don't know if you know you gave me eyes. So I just want to use what you gave me. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that my gift, I don't bury my gift. You know what I mean? I want to use it.
Amen.
So like I can see. Well, congratulations. That's amazing.
Well, we'll see.
You got it. Yeah,
we had the conversations, and she's actually supposed to get back to me about like next steps, basically. But I mean, I was very, very happy and excited and gagged that I had got answered that quickly. But that said,
this is the time to submit all your prayers.
For real, because obviously he's listening.
Listen to me.
Everybody else
when you got God's ear,
you gotta
hey, before you hang up.
I got a few more things.
Let me just submit all the requests.
Now that I have you.
Now that
you're here.
Now
available.
that you are here. Before you switch over, okay? I just want to make sure that I submit everything.
Dial in while
Listen to me. Hey, wait your turn. I need my full 15, okay? I need my full 15.
For real.
Submit all of the requests.
Everything. But so that said, that is a potential other opportunity, which is exciting and like hopefully, pans out. But while I'm still on the current contract that I'm on, which is great, and I had a presentation I was telling you about, I had to go present. So I've been working on developing a show and
like legit developing a show.
Yes, legit. And
I got to tell you about the show.
Okay.
I tried to text you and it didn't include you on a group chat, which is dumb, but keep going.
Okay. So developing this show, and it's gotten to a really good point. So I had to go in and present to the chief content officer.
You got to tell the whole story.
I had to go in there and present to him. And while we have been working, some parts of it haven't been feeling amazing. So I like made some tweaks last minute. I was up and I was like, so I went in and I was like, I know, the people I'm working with are in here, but like some of this going to be a surprise for y'all. So just like roll with it. But he loved it. At the end, he was like, love this. This is amazing. So we're like, clear.
When Mel was retelling me the story, I was like, no, this is good. I love this too. I didn't know where you were going with the story. And so I was like, I think this is really good. I hope that they liked it because this feels like it feels really good.
He loved it and they loved it. So we're like clear to like proceed with packaging to like pitch.
That's amazing, you guys. That's really cool.
That is where we are. But in case y'all don't know, there's a writer's strike happening. So I am, doing this, but we are working with the writer and she is striking. As she should, though, because writers don't get paid.
They do not get paid.
They don't get paid a ton of money. And when shows are successful, that success is
not
tied to, it's not translated to money, and it's tied to networks and actors. It's like the face of shows and not there's a long process before something hits TV. There is a long, y'all know, a long process. There is, I posted this thing on Instagram the other day, which is like, basically the condensed version is like, shout out to anybody who takes an idea from your mind and is able to like execute it, like put that into the world, like bring it fully into fruition, because that is a massive undertaking, right? Like to take, and so we're talking about TV shows, right? Like legit the sets and the dialogue and the demeanor and the like
characters
the messaging and the
character and the theme.
There's so many things that go into that. And so I am in support of, first of all, people getting paid what they deserve, because this is not the only industry in which people are underpaid. We don't even have to get started with teachers.
Come on.
You don't even have to go there. You know, it's like so many people. But also an
industry that's so profitable right now.
So profitable.
So profitable.
Absolutely.
And the fact that they are hoarding their dollars over the writers who quite literally are the ones making you the money.
Yeah, that's
literally.
Why everything stopped.
That's why everything is stopped right now.
Yes.
Function without them. Oh, you can't? Then they should be paid accordingly.
Absolutely. Yeah. And with that, so the last writer's strike was in 2007.
Yeah.
And with that, it was 100 days that writer strike was. And so literally everything stops because like I said, I'm working on a project and she is no longer working, and it's just that abrupt.
Wait, was it 2007?
It was 2007, 2008.
Okay, there we go.
Hit.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Oh, yep. Yeah. So when that happens, shows have to go to reruns. If you don't have what we started doing, even when I was at Netflix, is basically having scripts done before going into production, not for this reason, but it becomes useful when you have scripts done. That's not the case. That's not how everyone works.
No.
Sometimes shows are being produced while also being written, okay? And so when a strike happens, premieres stop. Shows stop.
Yep.
You're no longer. And so what happened in 2007 when it was 100 days, that's what, 3.5 months?
Yep.
A little over 3 months. And so what happens is you're no longer in premieres. And with that last writer strike, one of the things that
came of result of it.
As a result of it is reality TV.
Yep.
Reality TV had a massive uptick because you don't need writers for that, right? You just come up with a situation, put some people in the room, and watch the train go off the tracks.
You just edit whatever you
and then you edit to make a fun story. And so I'm curious what's going to happen, how long this one's going to be.
One of the writer strikes from before this one was Cops came out as a result of that for Fox.
More unscripted. And
which is why I told Kev we have a show idea. I was like, yo, like
now's the time.
Right now is the time to pitch it.
Yeah.
There may be availability or openness to it because of this writer strike.
The last time too, a lot of networks, this is why and when networks started putting full seasons, older seasons of shows onto streaming services online. The Office hit Netflix. Things like that is because there's no new shows on TV. And so what do? You put all of the catalog content that you have on a service for people to binge because they can't watch new episodes.
New shows.
So anyway, the point is it's going to be, I'm very, very interested and invested in this strike and what's going to happen with it because it's an interesting time for sure.
If you're unaware, if you're interested in that, you can listen to an NPR episode. I think it's called The Daily. Let me make sure. Yeah, The Daily, and it's called, the episode is called, I can't find it. Anyway, there's an episode that they have for, how come I can't find it? Maybe it wasn't on The Daily. Third Bank implodes, 5 days. Child, I can't find it. Anyway, I know I watched it on here. I'm pissed off I can't find it. Anyway, they have an episode that kind of goes into detail even more about like how there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Just the smaller writer rooms, how their whole career path has been thwarted.
Yes.
Like all of these things. So it's actually really is a big thing. And I was just about to say that. You tried it, said, aren't story editors low-key writers though? I would say so. Or story, wait, are they called story editors? Story producers. Story producers. Because even when I did Love on Stage, the producer of the show, has worked on several reality shows too. She is not writing, like, you know what I mean? You're not scripting things, but there is an element of creating a story.
Totally.
And sometimes it's not there.
WGA for the strike.
Yeah.
Typically, if they're not, they would be under the Producers Guild, not the Writers Guild.
Got it. Okay, that was good clarity.
And the other thing is, animation is not under WGA, like animation writers, right? So animation usually carries on because those projects are not covered by WGA.
Got it. That's good. All right. Well, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Really quickly, we're going to. Well, do you want to do pop? Let me just do the Tarte tea really quick.
Yes.
Okay. So because I haven't been sleeping, I'm still on this like Dubai. I don't know, child. My sleep is just all jacked up, and I feel like it shouldn't have been this long, but I still am jacked up. So I've been on this on TikTok a lot lately, more than I usually am. I have like moments where I like binge TikTok, and then I'm like off it for like weeks at a time, and then I come back and I'm like over consuming, and that's what's been happening lately. So first of all, before I go to Tarte, Mel told us this story, which I didn't realize, but TikTok served it to me. About this woman. I think I'm about to ask her to be on the podcast.
Do it, girl.
This woman, her first husband, don't worry about that story, but technically this is her second husband, okay? Second husband's her high school sweetheart. They get married. She gets a job. She cheats on her second husband with her boss. Divorces second husband, marries the boss man. Reconnects with second husband because they had a child together. Okay.
House of
Keto is exactly it.
Yes.
Reconnects with the second husband. Not just gets pregnant. Plans to have a baby with second husband while still married to boss man and currently in the midst of a divorce. Like today. Like today at Monday, May 8th at 1:13 Pacific time. I watched all 852 episodes of her life story in 3-minute increments. And I am all in. Like, are you divorced? Are you going to get divorced? What are the proceedings? What are the legal proceedings? Like, what's happening? Child, House of Keto. And go under the tabby because you could serialize. Come on, serialize. You could serialize your stories. And so hers is called New Here, Start Here, something like that.
Okay. I don't know.
The series. The only thing is TikTok don't have them in order, but even though they're out of order, you can follow what's going on. Okay. Child, I'm thinking about having her on the podcast because why? What happened? Tell me more. I know you told me everything, but tell me more.
I started when she announced her pregnancy.
Oh.
So even when you were talking about it yesterday, I was like, yeah, girl. So I went home and looked at it and I'm like, oh, the baby's born now.
She had that baby.
It's a whole baby now.
It's a junior.
Yes. Listen. That woman got a lot going on.
It's the craziest thing. The baby is a junior to the second husband.
To the second.
To the second husband.
It's the first husband.
No. The first husband is technically her second husband.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Girl,
You're right. You're right.
She been married 3 times.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
But the first husband don't really matter. It's kind of a fluke marriage, but still, regardless, it's important in like you start to paint a picture about her. So that's why the first marriage is kind of important. But like in the scheme of things, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But she is quite interesting. She is quite. So yeah, I think I'm gonna reach out to her and see if but I want Anthony to come on too.
Hello?
I don't want it to just be her.
We need to talk about how that's gonna go.
Yeah,
Let's reach out and see what happens.
Yeah, I think I need him to join. I need to talk to him too. Cause like I need your perspective. Cause she be like, I got his permission. Well, how he feel about it though?
Right.
I mean, he said yeah, but like, what was the discussion?
Child.
I want to know. All right, so Tarte. Okay.
Tarte tea.
All right, let me try to do it quick because we already have 40 minutes. Tarte, since the beginning of influencing on YouTube, okay, they've been problematic in terms of their inclusivity and diversity beyond the wahites.
Yes.
Okay. This goes back to, I watched this in real time. Okay. My YouTube viewership started with makeup. Okay. So all the OG YouTubers, I have followed them since before they got money and they were filming on crap iPhones in their crap houses in dark lighting. Yeah. Okay. I have followed Jackie Ina. Alyssa Ashley is now, but she is not OG in terms of like, she wasn't present like when I first started on YouTube. She's a lot younger, so she started much later. But like, I remember Jackie when she was Little Pumpkin 09, whatever
that was her name?
Yes, her original one. Okay. I followed her then. I followed Ellery, which she was a little bit late, but still, I followed Jenny Jenkins. Like, I remember these girls way back when.
Yeah.
So as this popularity starts happening, these brand trips start to become a thing more and more. Even Shayla, like way back when Shayla was cool with Amrezy, like back then, okay? So anyway, all of that. Fast forward to pre-Fenty, okay? Pre-Fenty.
Okay.
Fenty drops the bomb and becomes all diverse, all shades, all at the same time. Here's 372 shades. I bet you can find it, okay?
Yeah.
Before that happened, brands would just come out with like the white shades. So at this time, Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is a hit.
Okay.
It is this huge, huge deal in the makeup world. It becomes like the #1 selling concealer, the #1 selling product in the Tarte line. Like, it is a huge, huge thing. Okay.
Okay.
They come out with their concealer.
Okay.
They come out with the foundation version of the concealer.
Okay.
The Shape Tape foundation. It is 572 shades of white. Okay. And they're like, so Shayla and Jackie, again, I watched this in real time. Shayla and Alyssa Ashley do this video together, and they're going through the shades. And again, it's, 872 shades of beige and white and golden beige and light beige and medium light dark beige, like all of these shades. And then it's like mahogany.
Right.
Like, and that's it. And so Tarte comes out with this announcement that they're just like, it was Jackie Aina and Alyssa Ashley. They come out with this announcement and they're just like, yeah, well, we were basically just testing the market and then we'll come out with the rest. Because at the time, they weren't catering to us. We were an afterthought. We would be available online, but definitely not part of the first launch. Fast forward, that's just background on like Tarte, like how Tarte operates. Okay. Fast forward to now, they've been doing these brand trips again. Remember, brand trips were like a huge thing in early YouTube days, like maybe 2012, 2015, 16, 17, like brand trips were like a huge, huge things. Like, you would see all of these influencers go on these amazing trips and they're posting all these stories, and like you would instantly have like FOMO because it looked amazing. Okay. It kind of died out. So it's really interesting to me that Tarte is still doing this, but whatever, they're still doing a lot of these brand trips. They took influencers recently to Turks and Caicos. They went to Dubai, and they had troubles then. Even then, they weren't really having the black folk represented. Okay. So then they go to this weekend, and they have the F1 race in Miami, Florida. Okay. So they invite these people, mostly white, and they have this young TikTok influencer. Her name is Bria. I am not familiar with the TikTok makeup girlies. That's just my truth. I started doing my makeup again with the YouTubers, and my makeup routine really hasn't changed since then, which low-key I realize I need to. But regardless, that's what I do. So I'm not familiar with Bria, but apparently she's a really big TikTok influencer. And so they bring her out. The thing is, Tarte decides everyone can't stay through the weekend for the main event, which is the race on Sunday. Bria's itinerary has her leaving on Saturday. The race is on Sunday.
Okay.
So she goes on the TikTok and tells the people that she feels like she is treated. I didn't watch the video. I've been able to see clips, but I haven't been able to see the full video. But essentially, like, she feels like she's being treated like a second-class citizen, and her room was much smaller, and she just feels like, as like an African-American woman, as like a black woman on this trip, she doesn't understand, why am I not treated like the others. Okay. And the others, of course, are white because they're not known. Like, I'm sure even Bria was an afterthought. Like, they created their roster of who they were going to invite and was like, oh, we keep getting in trouble, we gotta find out black. She'll do, that's how I feel. And so she calls them out. Bria calls out Tarte, and the CEO of Tarte does a non-apology video. Her name is Maureen. And the girl's non-apology video is the equivalent of a get ready with me.
Yes.
And all she does.
And she's the CEO.
And she's the whole entire CEO of this company. And it's not even a good get ready with me. Like, it wasn't, like, I don't even want to, like, you shouldn't even do it. Like, forget the fact that this is a serious matter and you're the CEO and it should have been taken seriously. That aside, you shouldn't get ready with me.
Because you're just not, your content is not good.
Because your content is not, it's
your
not even like at
cute,
the end
the
you were fly. Like
good.
your hair was not good.
Yes.
To be the CEO of a makeup brand, also not good.
Yes.
You're out, not good. Everything was just like on every level, someone should have told you no.
Yes.
On every single level, someone should have told you no. Then that translates to, so when Bria decides, which I'm unsure of how this works, but the narrative that's being told on TikTok, and I'm not quite sure it's the truth, but regardless, is that when Bria decided to call them out, Tarte decides to have 5 more Black influencers fly in.
Oh, after they get called out, they call more Blacks.
They call more Blacks.
And say, come help us.
Yes.
Look at us.
Correct.
Oh.
This girl is being cuckoo. We need someone because we don't have no Blacks.
Okay.
That can talk her off the ledge. Let's call in reinforcement.
Oh.
So they call in 5 additional Blacks. The Blacks that they call in, 3 of them, I don't know because they were smart enough to shut up.
Okay.
They didn't say no words.
Yes.
I think one of the girls' name is Taylor. I don't know. I just heard her name today because I've been wondering this whole time who the other Blacks. Okay. But they call in Fanita and this girl named Nike. And her name on the TikTok is Specs and Blazers.
Yes.
Not so much on Fanita. Okay. And Fanita isn't a makeup influencer. She's a young girl. She does mostly the comedy videos. If you've heard of the Pyrex thing with Amber, she was on the other side of that, okay? Fanita had her faults, okay? This is just the reality. I watched some of the clips of her live, and I'm hoping that she can come back after she digests and understands big picture.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say because she isn't a makeup girly, maybe she was unsure, unclear, or unaware is the better word of Tarte's history.
Yeah.
So for her, it was just a free trip.
Got it.
Okay, that's what I'm going to hope because the live was giving, you may not know the full story.
Got it.
That's what I'm going to hope. Okay,
Yeah.
This is just my benefit of the doubt. The other girl gets no grace.
The other girl who is
Specs
not
and
Nike.
Specs and Blazers.
Okay.
Nike gets no grace from me. Okay, she gets no grace from me. The reason why is because she was definitely giving the pick me energy.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely giving, like she came on and was like, she's a liar. She called herself, Nike called herself the Harriet Tubman.
Oh, I saw it. Of
Black influencers. She says she has been paving the way for black influencers for 14 years.
Child.
Mind you, granted, y'all know I don't be hearing about the folk. But if you've been doing this for 14 years, you would be one of the OG influencers that I know.
Right.
Because I've only been here for 10 years and the girls only started 3 to 4 years before that. So like legitimately, at the very least, because I was deep in makeup YouTube, okay? You hear me? Deep in the makeup YouTube community. I knew all the folks. Did. Before Manny MUA was problematic, I enjoyed him. I can't no more because he's, even after this, he posted a video and I was like, see, just when I was thinking about maybe, possibly giving you some grace, here you go, messing up yet again. Manny MUA, Laura Lee, when she had that terrible fake accent, like deep into the makeup YouTube, okay? Never heard of this woman a day in my life. I don't know whose streets she was paving, but it was herself and her. Like no one was coming behind her. No one was no thing. Okay, so she's like, so she calls herself the Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
She says that Bria is acting like Jussie Smollett. Is that how you pronounce his name? Jussie Smollett. Meaning that she lied and is committing this crime and acting like this, that, and the third, and then doubled down on that. Talking about I don't negotiate. Essentially, I said what I said. Like, she comes across as so arrogant, it's delusion.
Mm-hmm.
So arrogant, it is delusional, okay? She gets no grace from me because let's assume somehow you slipped under the radar and I missed you in the 14 years you've been doing this. that means you know better.
Mm-hmm.
Fanita has literally been in the game for this long, been on the TikTok. She's 22, 23 years old. You were telling me you've been doing this for 14 years. That means you know the history.
Right.
That means you've been around.
Right.
That means you seen.
Should know better, honey.
You should know better.
Yeah.
And the fact that instead you had two options, okay? You could have shut up.
Yeah.
Just simply not say nothing instead of coming out and like bashing Bria essentially. And it's not even really like no, I'm lying. She bashed her, okay? Because like legitimately she bashed her. Or you could have actually, that's what you should have did. You could have just shut up.
You could have just shut up.
Or you come out
silence
and
is free.
Silence is free. Or you stand in support of Bria.
Yeah.
But you were so afraid, and this is my other thing. She wants to act like she's been influenced for 14 years, and you know, I went back and watched. Apparently, she was duped into this Carter agency thing. Listen, I told you I don't be on the TikTok. I didn't know all this was happening. Apparently there was this thing where this agency, this TikToker that was kicked off TikTok for this prank that he did on subway stations. I don't exactly know. Anyway, he created this agency, and what he would do is be like, Mel, can I represent you? You say yes. I say, okay, Jamba Juice wants to do this deal with you. They want to offer you $1,500 for this many deliverables. The reality is they offered you $5,000.
And he was taking the
and
money.
He would pocket the $3,500 and then and so he did this for a while, scammed all of these black TikTokers. Like he was specifically targeting TikTokers, and she's the one that low-key blew the whistle on it.
Oh, wow.
The problem is it went from that to like this really like arrogance about it, where she was like, I'm sick of y'all emailing me, asking me who's on I think it was called the Carter Agency, the Carter Agency's list. You need to figure it out yourself. I'm about to publish this list, and if you don't want your name called out, too bad.
Oh, my.
I'll take you to court. And I've never lost a court case. Y'all know I stay in court and I don't lose a court case. I'll take you to court for $300. And if that's all that's in your account, I'll split it with my lawyer.
Oh, my.
I was like, girl, how did it go from like literally being the whistleblower and like bringing awareness that this white dude is scam? Then she was like, I only did 3 deals with him. What did she say? I only did 3 deals with him and I realized it was a scam. Everybody else, y'all wasn't smart enough.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, so she's just not a good person.
Like it comes across as very arrogant.
Oh, my.
It's very condescending. It's very delusional about like what she represents then she has these videos where she did this school of teaching people how to influence. I found that because TikTok was like, oh, you here now, girl? Let me serve you all the things. Okay. So she had these students. This girl was like calling her out, saying, which I could see, she was like telling her, you're not motivated. I have 35 students. How come you're the only one that's not doing this, that, and the third? You have all of these excuses. You need to be doing this, that, and the third. So then she makes a response. Well, I saw her response first. And she was just like, I had 35 students. If only one of them is not doing good, that's not on me. You have to be motivated and want it for yourself. Yeah. Influence. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Pause for a second. I'm going to step out.
Okay.
When you guys are done.
Okay. When I was like, girl. So the problem with all of this, right, is like I said, I've been deep into like watching, like TikTok is like, let me serve you everybody that has an opinion on this. 2 problems that I have. Number 1, I have seen more commentary on Nike and Fanita than I have Tarte. I hate that we have lost sight that the actual enemy here
is the brand.
Is Tarte.
Yeah.
And somehow this woman makes this fake unapology.
Yeah.
And instead of cracking down and like holding Tarte to the fire, we are tired of your BS. You've gotten away with it for too long. You've been treating us like an afterthought since the beginning of time. No longer. Like we are done with you.
Yeah.
Instead of that being the narrative, I have seen more stuff on, and that's not to say Nike doesn't deserve. Listen.
She diverted the attention to herself.
Exactly.
We've lost the plot.
Oh, that's this girl, and I'm like, meanwhile, the Tarte, the CEO has yet to make another announcement.
Oh, and after that unapologetic get ready with
unapology.
Me. Oh, that's terrible.
Nothing. And I'm just like, man, that's how it happens. And it just makes me sad because I'm like, Nike deserves smoke. Like, don't get me wrong. She deserves smoke because she posted, Lord have mercy. Then she posted today on her Instagram. I took a screenshot of it. She said, you guys, as you know, I don't run my own socials. I need to know how much money this woman has. Like, legitimately, I need to know how much money she has because I'm so confused. I don't run my own socials, so I genuinely don't know what's been going on since Saturday. My team, which also, I have a lot of self-control when it comes to like checking out social media and stuff, but how have you not been on socials?
Girl, that's a lie.
How have you not
That's not the
been?
truth.
And this is the other thing. You should be. Nike, you do need to see some of these comments. Not to be like torn down, but like you need a little bit of a check.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, my team has filtered all negative comments and blocked all videos of me on my own FYP and Instagram. But thanks for the love. What's worse than being talked about? Not being talked about. I don't concern myself with the opinions of sheeples. Have the best Monday. Have the best Monday. Love
Not
you,
sheeple.
SB baby.
Well, child, she not gonna last very long.
I
with that
said,
attitude.
the way you could have come on this here Monday and said anything else.
Anything else? Why would that be your response?
Why would that be your response?
I'm too rich to pay attention to you peasants, number one. In addition to that, you are all blocked. Sheeples. Have a great Monday.
I am praying to God that
She's
Fanita
doubling down on her recklessness.
Yes, on her delusion, on her very like arrogance is the only word I can think of. Like she is something else. Then she was like, yeah, I called the Tarte people. Why would I not? I called the Tarte people. They're not racist. I know they're not racist.
All of this, she has diverted all of the attention to herself instead of exactly what you're saying, where it should have been. Where it needs to be. Because if this is what they do, they're going to just do it again.
They're going to continue to do it. Tarte ain't changing. Yeah. So anyway, all of that to say, Ciao. I am really hoping.
That is a mess.
I am rooting for Fanita to come out on the other side and come with some like humility and being like, I didn't know. Listen, Fanita, these are the words. I didn't know. I was unaware.
Yes.
Pyrex just did me dirty. And when, Tarte came to call in, I was so discouraged that when they came, it was like, man, maybe I am on the right track. Because I don't know. I'm just making up words.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But like, I can imagine a world in which you are so distraught and down that you did all of this great advertisement for Pyrex. Then they disrespect you, basically, talking about some $5,000. And, you're questioning everything. They come along, and you're like, yes, let me go do this. This will be fun. It'll be cool, whatever. And then she has some time to reflect and do some research on Tarte. And come back. Because I don't know, that girl was probably a preteen. If she's 23, I don't know what year that video with Alyssa and them came out. But
I was completely unaware. I have Tarte products that.
So now
I didn't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know.
That's what.
But I have stuff.
There is an assumption if you grew up in the world of YouTube that you know this. The reality is a lot of these people nowadays didn't grow up on YouTube.
So completely
They're
unaware.
on TikTok.
Yes.
And so there's a new group, which that's the grace that I want to give Fanita. She's young. She probably missed it. And I get it. Google is free, but why would I even know to Google?
Exactly.
Why would I even know to Google? If I'm completely unaware, I'm not Googling every company that I buy from.
Yeah.
So she didn't know. So I'm really, really, really hoping, Fanita, I'm rooting for you, girl, that you come back with the exact opposite energy.
Then that girl don't follow her.
That girl said, you guys will apologize and God will forgive you, but I won't. I said,
she
oh,
got a
girl.
God complex.
No, legit. She is.
Calling yourself Harriet Tubman is wild. Like, that's wild.
And I don't know how you guys feel, but like, she's Nigerian American. Can you call yourself Harriet Tubman?
No.
I wasn't sure if I was the only one because I didn't see nobody else. Saying it. So I was like, is this a controversial, like, is this a hot take that I have?
Oh, that's a wild.
I felt like it was super wild that, like, it's wild enough to call yourself Harriet Tubman when you're not paving, open the doors for nobody. But also, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to tell me if it's a hot take, because I felt a way about it.
I don't think that's to your point, I don't think you should be calling yourself Harriet Tubman across
Period.
the board.
Yeah.
That's just those are like big shoes to fill. And to be that like self-righteous and indignant about like who you are and like what you are contributing to something is a bit wild. Like, girl, ooh, relax.
I mean, calm all the way down.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, good. Y'all felt the way too? Okay, good. Because I was like, I really was like, no, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos in the last few days. And I was like, how come nobody else thinks this is weird? But like, this is a little strange for me. Like, that's really wild. So anyway, that's it. Yeah, I definitely get anti-African American vibes from her. Anti-Black. I don't think, because she even, and I mean like skin tone Black, not just like African American Black culture Black. Right. Because she even has a video when she was talking about her school that she started, that her mom was like, you have to be careful because there's Nigerians and then there's Nigerians.
Oh.
And so the girl that said that she scammed her, now, I don't know if she said she scammed her, but basically I think she was more or less saying like it wasn't really worth it for me personally. Like I didn't get nothing from it. And low-key she was like mean to me.
Rude.
Yeah, like super rude. Mm-hmm. She's Nigerian. And so the lady was saying, or Nike was saying, like, basically she was the Nigerian my mom was talking about to be wary of. So, and she's like, we're the only ones that asked for.
You did send me that one.
Yeah.
About the like discount and about
my Jewish friends would never, my white friends would never. Yeah. So it's like, oh, you don't like you. You're so, Fanita posted. Jesus, please, I'm rooting for you, Fanita. Oh, my God. I am so rooting for you.
Hilarious.
Oh, my God. I'm so rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you.
Girl, I'm really, Jesus, I am rooting for you. I really, really hope that she gets it right. I really, really do. Because I think we all want her to get it right.
Yeah,
Nike deserves the smoke.
Yeah.
Fanita, I really want you to do right, girl. I really do want you to do right. Okay. Anyway, that's it.
Where should we go from here?
Child, we had an hour.
I know. I do. Let me give we don't have to do Black Twitter trends.
Okay.
Because I do want to talk about those. Those are fun. But since we're at time, let me do the YSL update. It'll be quick.
Okay.
YSL update for y'all is that Young Thug's older brother got arrested for violating the terms of his plea deal. So he was a part of the RICO case, but he agreed to a plea deal. So he was sentenced to 12 years. He had, it was like taking stolen property and like violating, basically being a part of a RICO was what he pled to. So he was sentenced to 12 years, but he had already served 2. So they gave him 2 years served and then 10 years probation is what they like turned the 12-year sentence into. But of course, with that, those terms, he couldn't have access to his brother. His legit brother is Young Thug. You couldn't have access to him, couldn't obviously have a firearm, couldn't like be drugs, like all of that. And so over the weekend, last week, he was, there was some undercover cops who saw a G-Wagon, actually, in the police report. A G-Wagon pulls up into a gas station. They observe what seems to be a hand-to-hand drug transaction.
Oh, Lord.
And so they follow the G-Wagon and are able to pull it over because it has dark tints. They pull the G-Wagon over, says dark tints, tells everybody get out the car because the tints are so dark we can't see. He ends up getting out. When he opens the door, there is a gun, a 9mm. And so he's like, nah, it's clean, which makes them believe or makes them know, oh, so you know what's in here. And so then they're like, oh, you smell like weed. They call the canines. Canines find weed particles. So he is then arrested because he has violated the terms of his plea deal.
This is such chaos.
He is in jail, and he has like quite an extensive record. Like, he had been convicted of murder, but it was overturned. So, you know, but he also just has other charges like in his past. So anyway, he is in jail now. So we have to see if somebody was saying maybe it's not going to be like a major violation. Maybe it'll be a minor.
Yeah,
I don't really know what the difference is.
Don't jaywalk. Like at this point?
Yeah. I don't know if they're major versus minor. A violation is a violation. Exactly. So, and the terms were if you violate it, you got to serve. No, you got to go to jail and serve the full time. So he could,
especially with that on the line.
Yeah. So anyway, that is the latest in there. I'm very intrigued to see if he is going to have to go to jail. The other thing, I just want to say this quickly because it was so interesting, and I need to like do the research on it. But okay. And then the other thing is, that was the other thing that happened today. One of the defendants, he has been trying to say he wanted to represent himself. And so he also said that like he was in touch with Joe Biden and Donald Trump while he was in jail. So the judge was like, we're going to do a mental eval on this young man. So he was found to be diagnosed with schizophrenia. And so his case today has been severed from it. So here's the thing. The original RICO case, like when it was initially came out and the state came out with their charges, there were 28 defendants.
I was just about to ask you how many have been severed.
So it was 28. 8 of the 28 took plea deals. So that's even 20. Including Gunna. Y'all know everything that happened with Gunna. Y'all know, like, so even the brother at this point. Okay, so now you're down to 20. 8 more have been severed for various reasons. So now you're down to 26. Wait, 8? 20 minus 8 is 12.
Okay.
2 people are on the run.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. There are 2 defendants that have yet to be arrested. They are on the run.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So now there are 10 defendants left who are a part of the case. So anyway, that is the latest on the YSLs, y'all. That is the latest on the YSLs.
They got a little bit of everything in this.
They have a little bit of everything.
Not them people being on the run.
Girl.
I contour my nose and I feel like you can tell. Sorry. Can you tell our contour?
It looks good. So I'm going to do some research because I want to know who the 2 are.
Yes.
I'm just like so intrigued.
And
like,
I was about to say, where are they? Well, obviously we don't know that. That's why they're on the run.
And it's a little surprising that they would be on the run for this long. Because where they at?
Exactly. So are they dead? Or are they on the run?
Well, you never know.
They in Honduras.
Listen, they're either dead or not in America.
They can't be in America.
Absolutely. So anyway, those are the YSL. Let's do Mel Takes TV. And then I want to do What the Florida. So first of all, Monique said Derek been cheating.
She's a dummy.
Y'all, everybody was sending it this week, and it was so hilarious. You saw the stuff she was posting?
But I saw Carlos King talking about it.
Okay. So they broken up, I guess, from
just
Love
got
After Lockup.
engaged.
I'm talking about Monique and Derek from Love After Lockup. They just got engaged, and apparently, so she said, I was just in Cleveland, and then she left, and he had posted a picture of him, and there was a girl in it seemed innocent, if I'm being, it looked innocent. If it was anybody else, it may have been innocent. The problem is Derek said
is a cheater.
He said he'd be with the women's. So like, girl, what? But anyway, that was hilarious. Transitioning though, Real Housewives of Atlanta is back. Came back last night. I
saw that. Candy said this season's about to be wild.
It looks already. It's starting off.
Candy
messy.
Said this season's finna be wild.
They are already on the Twitters going back and forth.
Candy
Sheree, Candy.
Candy said she was a little on edge this season because it was like back-to-back shooting from Sisters, Queens of Comedy, Queens of, what's it called? R&B. Queens of R&B.
Yeah.
So she was already on edge. And so she said she felt like she was giving energy the whole season.
It was the premiere episode last night and it ends and Candy's like, I'm finna headbutt this B. And I was like, oh, that's how Real Housewives finna be a time. Okay.
Oh, no.
So on that note though, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim Zolciak Biermann didn't file for divorce.
But then the order that I saw was they're behind like $1 million plus in taxes and then filing for divorce.
Yeah, well, that came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I just saw it today then.
No, that one came out that they owe 1.1, and then they owe like 15,000 in state taxes. There was also all those rumors about the house.
That can get real.
There was also all those rumors about the house being foreclosed on. And so they came out today. She didn't file for divorce, said that in irreconcilable differences.
They've been together for a long time.
11 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
4 kids. And he adopted her other 2.
He sure did. Dang, I wonder what that is.
I was actually pretty surprised. Because
I was surprised that they made it, but by this time, it's also like...
I was surprised they made it, and now I'm surprised they're getting a divorce.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really crazy.
I know. That's unfortunate. I would never wish divorce on anybody, except for if that's what you feel like you want in your life.
Correct. I never wish divorce on nobody except those who want to get a divorce.
If a divorce is better than staying married,
come on now.
I support that.
Come on now.
All the way.
Yes, ma'am.
So I am going to hope that is what is best for them.
Sure.
But also I am all here for the tea. Okay?
All in on the tea.
Okay.
Is she back on the show? Is she back on Real Housewives too? Okay.
No. So anyway, that's Mel Takes TV because girl, it was a little bit of tea this week.
Wait, we watched something else.
What we watched?
Oh, maybe I'm lying. I started the Queen Charlottes of TV.
Oh yeah.
Let me stop lying. I watched like half of one episode.
Oh, it wasn't good?
No, actually I think it is. But I ended up talking to Monique yesterday. So anyway, I do want to watch it because everybody said it's so good.
Everybody is saying that.
Like everybody's saying it's so good. I just hope I don't have to watch Bridgerton because I haven't been able to get into Bridgerton. I don't know why. It's just hasn't been able to do the things. Yes, we are gonna watch The Ultimatum. We're gonna try to review it on TBTV, but me and Mel can talk about it too.
I'm gonna do What the Florida because Florida be floatering all the time.
Oh wait, they're saying Fanita is saying Bria read her emails wrong.
I was gonna say I want to see it.
Me too.
What the Florida? I'm gonna pick May 8th. That's today's date.
Okay.
Florida man, and the headline says, "F it, I'm drunk. Take me to jail." Florida man crashes lawnmower into police car. This is an old man. He is 68 years old. And police officers have to worry about people driving under the influence or boating under the influence. But now they have to look out for those lawn mowing under the influence. On May 5th, one Florida man was charged with a DUI, or in this case, a LUI, like lawnmower under the influence, after he allegedly drove his lawnmower into a police car while drunk.
People are dummies.
It must have been. Is it a riding lawnmower? It couldn't be like.
It has to be a riding lawnmower.
He was This is a 68-year-old white man.
I can't.
He remained in custody on a $3,000 bond. The police ran a criminal background check on this man and found his license had been suspended since 1978.
Sir.
And he was convicted of a DUI 2 other times as well.
Papa, stay in the house.
Papa.
Just stay in the house, Papa.
You can't drive nothing else.
Drive.
Anything with the motor is not for you.
It's not for you.
You got to sit down, sir.
Papa, go sit down somewhere.
This poor man.
Man.
Anyway.
All right, we're going to go watch
Bria.
Fanita.
Fanita, not Bria.
Oh, watch that girl break her heart, child. I was really rooting for her.
I was rooting for you.
All right. This is the last thing I'm going to say about that. That's what I'm talking about. That Tarte has been. How are they blameless?
Yeah.
How I haven't watched obviously, but people are saying she just blamed Bria. How is Bria the culprit? If it all stems from Tarte,
unless Bria is wrong.
The thing about it is, Bria could be wrong, and that doesn't make. But you came in and just shut up.
Yeah. Fair.
Side text Bria.
Yeah.
Hey girl, listen. Read that one more time. Just go ahead and read that one more time. Y'all got on there and was bashing her and allowed this white woman to come on here and curl her frizzy hair badly.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And instead, and especially when Tarte has this history, that's my thing. If you can come out and say, Listen, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Bria read that email a little bit wrong. But let me tell you what I learned. Tarte, they don't get the benefit of the doubt because of the history that they've done.
They have,
So I understand why she did all of this. And this woman made this apology. And to be honest, now that I know better, they need to do better. And it should have never been like this. You can say, now, Bria, you know, girl, you done read that email wrong. And still be like, but Tarte, y'all still got to do better. Why are y'all hierarchying and making this? At the end of the day, it's still the same. She's second class. They still got her up out of here earlier. Like, dude.
Come on, because I got to go.
All right, I do too. I think I got a meeting in 5-10 minutes. Remind me to tell you about the show.
Okay.
All right, bye.
See y'all. Just start carrying my shade.
Girl, no. Just assume no. Unless you a Wahite. Girl, no. They don't. They don't.